Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 3 of JamaloukiCon. I am so late, you have no idea. I thought I was going to be resting today and have a full day, productive day, but not related to work. I ended up working all day long and I took a break. I missed most of the conferences and I had to run to make it, and now I am late to this conference, which is the one which is about commerce today, Instagram versus e-commerce versus retail. So I'm sorry for this really quick wrapped up introduction, but I really have I don't have a second to be there. I should have been there like 15 minutes ago, so I'm gonna run. See you guys. Yalla, Ta3o Ma3e. Yalla, let's try to make the best of what's left of this one. مش حاسس. Alright, so here is the conference. Let's go.
Our packaging were beautiful and it was always made with love, and I think that everyone working with us felt it. Our boxes are nice, we have stars in it, they glitter on my face, that they have them in the boxes. So the story is very, I would say lovable, but I hope people can see it as well.
Is it still a hobby?
No, so it's been a full-time job for 2 years now. It's growing very fast, alhamdulillah, in the sense that we like it to grow. So we link the online customer experience with everything they see offline. So when they receive the item, the feeling that people get is very similar to the one they get when they actually receive a gift from someone else, even if it's something they bought on the website for themselves.
So we're going to stay with our local Lebanese talent with a business that is in Lebanon, very innovative fashion business, renting dresses. Surupa, first question. My brother's getting married this summer. My mom was in the crowd. Mom, where are you? Mom, raise your hand. She hasn't bought a dress yet for her son's wedding. Convince her, or the crowd, that she should be renting from Designer24. And tell us your story as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Rupan, CEO of Designer24. As you can see, we're very much a tech-focused company with fashion at our heart. The idea from Designer24 was basically to democratize luxury and fashion, make it accessible for everyone. It's basically a two-sided marketplace where you have the renters and the suppliers. The renters are people like your mom who's looking for to come to the event and look glamorous and gorgeous for that event without breaking the bank. So she can basically rent a designer dress for 10% of retail, which is quite incredible.
And you said there's two sides, so who supplies the dresses?
The suppliers can be three categories of people. Either people like your mom or your sister who have a dress that they've used once. So they would place it in our platform and monetize their closets. So this is basically what we're trying to do. We're getting people an opportunity to make money out of their designer dresses.
Modest clothing. Tell us, Dino.
To cater for women who want to wear luxury clothes but in a modest fashion. And we ship to around 120 countries. We have over 150 brands right now. And more so is that we have a lot of designers who cater to women who like to dress modestly. So it's anything from modifications to clothes to specific crafted collections that they do for us. It's a woman that's never been catered for in the luxury segment of the business, where her style and her choice is to dress modestly, so covering certain areas of her body, out of preference of choice, whether it's her style or her religious beliefs or whatever that may be. And it's been a year now, and we've been extremely successful, with the US being our second largest market. The UK is a very close contender, and the Middle East is our first largest market right now.
I was really shocked to hear the US being such a big market. How much of a surprise was that, and what have you learned? I mean, you started in Dubai,
so one interesting dimension is everybody who dresses modestly doesn't really label themselves as a modest dresser. So there's that component of the idea behind thinking that, you dress in a certain way, but nobody's ever labeled you as such. And the second one is that fashion is going down the path of looking at things from a female gaze as opposed to a male gaze. everybody's perspective. So, you know, wearing cleavage to work isn't something someone would do. So there's a certain kind of approach of dress code that people wear when they go out and what they do and how they represent themselves. And there's a complete different direction as to how people perceive themselves in the modest arena. So anybody from a religious connotation to a preference of style to, you know, that whole boho chic kind of effect of a look is what women in the US are looking at. And it's been a very interesting movement since we started.
How did you reach, how do you communicate modesty to from the US, to the Gulf, to Arabs, Christian, Muslim, all these type of, like you said, you don't differentiate, but no. How do you say it without being...
Well, I think it starts from just, it stems from an education of basically defining what modesty is. And then secondly is to showcase modesty in a very different light, because that word has a very negative connotation. So to spin it on its head, you showcase it in a luxury fashion. The styling that we carry on the site is incredible. So people come to us for the styling, they come to us for, you know, an appreciation of a look as opposed to just an item. And so when they see the holistic 360, they're very impressed by it. And when you get on the site, you won't look at something and think it's modest or it's not modest. It's just absolutely stylish. And that's what people come for. And once you appeal to that audience and then you start defining what modesty is to people, this education is slowly coming through and people are admiring it and feeling like they belong. There's a sense of belonging. So our women are repeat customers. We have an average of 60% repeat visitation already. And that's growing constantly as the months go by.
Excellent. So we're going to move on to Eula, as well, une Libanaise à Paris. She has many wonderful stories. I was blown away by a lot what she had to say. And has gone into e-commerce and she's wearing her t-shirt.
تعرفي كنت مبسوطة كأنه عم بقرا شعر. فأنا عندي البلوج من 10 سنين وبكل هودي ال10 سنين اشتغلت مع كثير براند من شانيل، روجيلييه، جارلان، لامير، براند إنه very different. وكبرت ب10 سنين تعلمت كثير اشياء وصرت افكر انه لازم اعمل شيء لإلي شغل ما يكون ضروري على طول انا بالوجه، لانه الحياه انه كثير طويله والواحد بده يعمل غير شيء. وانا اشتغلت علوم السياسيه لما كنت بالجامعه وكثير بحب اقرا كتاب، كمان كتير بحب البس تي شيرت وسويت شيرت، وبعتقد انه بحب الموضه بس اكثر من الموضه بحب الثياب، اما القطعه اللي بتقدر تعيش معك. الكل بيلبس تي شيرت والكل بيلبس سويت شيرت، اكيد ما رح اعمل بس تي شيرت وسويت شيرت على دسمو، رح اعمل غير شيء بس ما رح اقول لكم لانه هلا هيدا الموجود. فلما قررت اعمل دسمو حطيت كل شيء اللي ربحته مع أولا حطيته بدسمو. ما كان بدي اخذ انفستور انا وعم بلش، لانه كنت بدي انه ايدتي تكون انه 100% انا بقرر لكل شيء. فقلت ما بدي ارجع فوت بموضوع ما راح اكون ايبانوي. كيف بيقولوا ايبانوي بالعربي؟ مبسوطه. فعملت دسمو وحاز، بس كمان اشتغلت على 10 سنين تيكون عندي هيدا الحاز. هو انه عندي كثير فولورز على الانستغرام، 85,100,000، انه اكيد مش مليون اما 2 مليون، بس الناس اللي بيتبعوني انه بيتبعوني مظبوط. ليه عم تضحك؟
I love it.
Okay, thank you.
Because if I spoke Arabic, everyone would be laughing. So.
Okay. فكنت عم بقول انه فما عندي بيدجي للكوميونيكيشن او للماركتينج، لانه من الاول في ناس عندهم بيتبعوني من 10 سنين وبيعرفوا من 10 سنين انه اللي عم بنزل واللي عم بحطه هيدا 100% ماي ستايل وبحبه، انه ما عم كذب على العالم. فصار كثير وقت بين البلوج والانستغرام والفيسبوك انه قدرت اعمل كوميونيتي انه معي، انه بيفكروا مثلي وبيحبوا اللي بعمله، ويمكن ما بيحبوا كل شيء بعمله بس انه زي فولو مي.
85% of sales is coming from your followers. From
not
social
only
media
my
or
followers,
advertising?
But yes,
Okay.
no, I never do advertise. I just told you, it's organic.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
Into warehousing, logistics, packaging,
And sales.
courier. But how do you do that? Do you have a company? Who does that for you?
خبرة. فأنا أهم شيء اللي كنت بدي أعمله هو إنه أعمل شيء رح تضحكوا كمان يمكن، بس هيدا عن جد 100% مزبوط. كنت بدي أشتغل بشيء أقدر نام يكون بالي رايق بالليل. والقطن جاي من الهند، عملت تي شيرت وسويتشيرت بفرنسا، والبرينت والبرودريز بباريس. فكنت بدي اعمل شيء انه اقدر اقول انه اوكي عم بربح مصاري، لانه عم بربح مصاري مبسوطه، بس ما عم بربح مصاري على ظهر حياه غير عالم عم بيشتغلوا مثل ما بنشوف انه ما حدا بيدفع لهم منيح وبيشتغلوا اولاد تيعملوا تيست.
Oh, that's really honorable. I mean, it's good that you believe in something and you're just doing it. So,
Yes.
So can I ask a question a lot of people have asked? They're not understanding if people are paying this much money for
Yes,
a T-shirt
yes.
with the name Habibi.
Yes.
So how
For
have you
that.
managed that? So do you think the traceability of your materials is why they're buying?
مثل ما لويس كانت عم بتقول انه كثير مهم نعمل بوب اب. انا بعدني عم بعمل الويب سايت وبحكي كثير على الانستغرام، والعالم اللي بيعرفونا بيصير نحكي شوي شوي، لانه ما لازم كثير نعبق على العالم كمان بالكوميونيكاسيون، لانه انا ما رح حل مشاكل العالم مع تي شيرت انه عم بعمله، بس لازم يكون كثير سبتيل. بس لما بعمل بوب اب عملت 2 من كم شهر، عملت واحد ببيروت وواحد بباريس. باخد الوقت تحكي مع العالم وخبرهم انه ليه حقه 60 يورو اليوم. هيدا التيشيرت اللي عم تشتري حقه 60 يورو. en français بنقول انه سي با شير سي كوتو، منه غالي بس حقه كبير، انه اللي قدرنا نعمله حق مصاري، مش انه عملنا تيشيرت كلفنا $2 وعم نبيعه ب 60. كيف عم بتبيعيه انه ب 60؟ لانه العالم معودين يشتروا ب 20 وب 30. قلت له رح on va éduquer les gens بس بطريقه حلوه وشوي شوي، انه منا مضطرين نشتري كثير، فينا نشتري شوي بس نشتري منيح.
I hear mixed reviews on does bloggers sell, Instagram sells, not sells, what's working, what's not. It's working for Samad, she has influence obviously, but does it work for large scale e-commerce or retail? So I'd like to hear from all of you, so whoever wants to take it first. Go ahead, Nima.
So I think with bloggers, it's the same thing as you would do it with anything in the world of media or marketing, where it's a 360 approach. And a lot of the times people focus on one medium, so say they work with bloggers as opposed to working on bloggers as well as media, as well as PR. Everything comes together.
What are they making an impact on?
Pure awareness of the fact that if you open a magazine and you see an ad, and then you get on social media, which you do at least 3 times a day, coupled with getting online or going down the street and seeing a banner on a highway, that composed 360 approach will basically get your brand somewhere. But not bloggers alone, that's 100% for sure.
Today, if you see, I've read recently that if you see an item 9 times, there's 80% of you buying it. So it doesn't matter where you see it. If you see it in a magazine, if you're there, and then you see it in a blog or on an influencer, then it's great. And then it doesn't matter where they see the 9 times. As long as you're present at the maximum possible of these 9 times, then there's more chance of you selling them. So if you're here, if you're physically or digitally or anyway here 7 out of 9, then there's 56% chance of the person actually purchasing an order. So bloggers, I think, is great. And I think it's not a new concept. Long time ago, they used to give a dress to a beautiful woman because she had influence in her society. Instagram wasn't here. She was pretty, she was nice. She related to the brand and her character and everything. She would be the face of a brand. Everyone had muses or friends or stuff. And today, this is just digital. But the idea of influencer, now it's a new word, but it has always been here.
50 شخص بفرنسا يلبسوا التيشيرت وتتصوروا. ما نقيتهم على قد ايه عندهم فولورز، نقيتهم انه شو بيعنوا لي. اخذت architecture student، اخذت ايمانويل بيروتا اللي هو اكبر جاليريست بالعالم، كارولين دوميغري شانيل امباسادور، اخذت لميا تجي على البيت تعمل السكر لميا، وهي اول وحده اللي خبرتها عن تاسمو. وليه عملت هيدا؟ عملت هيدا لانه كنت عارفه 100% انه اللي رح يعمل انه البراند العالم اللي رح يحبوه، لانه رح يقدروا لميا تنقول عندها 15 فولور، بس ال 15 فولور اللي عندها اياهم بيحبوها عن جد. غير واحد عنده 200 و300 و400 فولور ما بيحبوه، ما في الافكت مثل لما بتكون عندك قليل فولور. انا في وحده عندها 100 فولور عملت يمكن نفس النهار 5 سويتشرت انباع، انه هيدا بينعد كثير مهم، وما عندها غير ب 200 فولور. ابدا ما لازم نطلع على هاو ماتش فولور someone have، لانه مش هيدا اللي بيقول انه شو رح يصير بعدين. نقيت انه نقيت اذا هن they fit with my brand or not just انه اذا عندهم followers او لا.
And now with jewelry, it's not cheap. Do you see the same? Does Instagram or influencers impact your business?
The way we do it is we try to make a balance between different mediums. So until today, actually, we even use print. We even advertise in magazines a lot. And people ask us why, like, do you advertise in magazines? You can put this amount of money on bloggers, etc. But I think it's very important to have a balance and to use every medium for something that's very specific. For us, we've used marketing with bloggers and we use some without, with influencers and without. And I've noticed influencers are great for awareness, as we've just discussed, you know, like a magazine or other mediums. But then again, talking about our customers in general, I did not feel that our customers would actually come to us because a specific influencer or a blogger is wearing a piece. They might have seen it there and this is where they came to actually buy it, but they were not the direct reason. It's not because they're wearing it. And partly because I feel as well, our customers in general are looking at the age group as well. I don't feel they're people who follow others. I actually feel they're leaders for a reason or another. Like, I feel our customers are quite powerful women. They do not need to see someone wearing something to wear it. On the contrary, as a matter of fact, they come to us because they want something unique and they don't want something that's very commercial.
Interesting insight. Ruben?
In our case, we do believe, however, in identifying influencers who really represent the authenticity that we're trying to convey to people as well. And we try to work with influencers from a different angle. Like, we have something impactful, something meaningful to convey, something meaningful to raise awareness about. For instance, we're planning to run a campaign with influencers about the notion that fashion is one of the industries that cause second largest pollution causing industries in the world. So we want to do something about that, we want to fight that. And we will use influencers to run a campaign and tell them that renting is basically reusing and extending and prolonging and recycling. And this is something where I see influencers having a massive impact on our business. But to your point, it's not to drive, to hit targets or to reach any kind of momentum. It's to have somebody that represents our image, who speaks our language and conveys it in the best possible light.
Is the physical world still going to add value for you? What are you doing to take advantage of that? And why should someone use, like you mentioned, influencers? Why should someone use the physical space as well, retail?
So I think I'll go back to Louise's point on the omni-channel. Designer24 is truly an omni-channel experience. So we had started in Dubai and we didn't have a showroom, it was an online business. Later on we realized that people need to touch and feel fashion. You need to feel it against your skin. So the physical is in our business really inevitable. That's not to say that it's going to drive our future, or every time we open a new market we will start with the physical space. That's not what I'm saying at all. But we have to adhere to the norms and the standards of each market.
So retail is not dead for sure. A lot of people sometimes say yes, retail is dead. It's certainly not. But I think the way in which people become aware of a purchase they want to do is different. So more people become aware online of an item they want to purchase, but mostly they still purchase it offline. Online platforms are changing the offline experiences, but offline experiences are also changing the online experiences. So again, I think it's an omni-channel, and the reason why we do pop-up is for people to get closer to us. I think we have a beautiful story that's easier to explain and to show visually. We do our best to show it, of course, digitally, and I hope we're doing it right, but still. So yes, there's a lot of interest in pop-ups. When we have one that's less successful, we put it on the marketing budget, and when it does good, we say, oh, it's a great sales opportunity. So then again, it's a fight with the accountant, but we still think it's the right decision.
One component I think you can never get away from is the luxury of going into a store. And I mean, no matter how much you say it's beautiful to receive a box at home, it is, and we see that and we feel that. But when we do our trunk shows, and to your point as well, Ruben, you know, there's this whole character that comes in when you do a trunk show. You bring the brand to life, people come and try it. You also have, it's more like a marketing test of what's working, what's not. Oh, it looks the same on the website, but it looks actually different when you're seeing it there. And you can never escape the actual, you know, physical spaces. You can never ever escape that. And I think that's going to be something we will always have to live with, but included as part of our constant work. But the thing to ease buying online is the ease at which you can return, the ease at which you can try different sizes. So maybe there's a new way, as opposed to paying for 2 sizes and then sending one back. Maybe you pay for one and then the next one, you know, would be complimentary until you try it on, etc. So we have to just facilitate as much as humanly possible to take the online, offline, and vice versa.
Okay, and Samar?
أكتر شيء global and local هو الإي كوميرس، لأنه الإي كوميرس بيخليك يقدر يوصل لك شيء كتير بعيد أو شيء كتير قريب. يعني تنو أنا عايشة بباريس بدي شيء من لبنان بقدر توصل عليه بالإي كوميرس.
How do you get people to touch? I mean, everyone knows you. So are you doing pop-up shops?
Yes, I do. عملت مع ربيع وان بوب اب، وعملت واحد تاني بباريس. انا كثير مبسوطه بالاي كوميرس، لكن كثير مبسوطه، وبعتقد البوب اب بس هيك كرمال نعرف ونعمل كوميونيكاسيون بسيطه بس من الاي كوميرس جينيال.
And Nada, are you going to open more stores, or are you going to go more online, the opposite direction of everyone else?
I'm going to do a combination of both, actually. So get ready. Actually, you know, I have a lot of people who tell me, like, you already have your 4 stores, but you don't sell online. Like, go on, because physical retail is dying. And what I really believe that physical retail is not dying whatsoever. I think boring physical retail is dying. So it's very important to really have an edge if you do have physical retail. So it's either, it has to be an edge when it comes to the experience. You can't just like have a shop with a nice product without having a nice experience. This is why people come back, because they feel a kind of connection. They want to touch the product as well, and they want to know the story of the product, because every collection we do has a story behind it. So that experience itself is no way, you know, it just makes the physical retail very exciting and interesting. But then again, if you want to widen your product and you want to go internationally, then you would need e-commerce, and this is what I'm working on now, to have both.
So how about this? From your learnings in the past 12 months, close with a piece of advice for your fellow panelists. So you're all in business, you're all learning. What piece of advice you've learned and that in the last 12 months that can help everyone else? Ruben?
I can go. It's been a journey for sure. One thing I would say is that treat your business as an artist or a designer would treat their creation. What that means to me is that be open to iteration, be open to pivots, be open to breaking the guides, breaking the guidelines, breaking, you know, the rules, the preconceived rules that you set for yourself and for your business. Because it's truly when you take those risks that may seem disruptive at first that you see results. So that's my piece of advice.
For me, I'm super well surrounded. So if I can wish something to everyone, is to have a team that loves their company like mine does, the Belik, and everyone we work around. So all our stakeholders we've been super lucky with, and it's not something I recommend. It's something I wish for everyone that wants to work in any industry, mine or any other.
I think for me is to have a vision. No matter what you need to do, you need to have a vision, and then accordingly you have to make a strategy of how to take it further. But it's a vision.
Me, it's just about work. Just work and believe in what you want.
I think it's all about trial and error and learning from a lot of the mistakes and actually enjoying the process of learning from the mistakes. We don't learn, we always feel bad about it. And I think if there's anything I've learned this year, is really just to look at the mistakes and change things immediately, because you can pivot.
Agree. Don't forget, Designer 24, Lebetlek and Nadaji are all present at the hall, and enjoy the rest of JamaloukiCon. Thank you guys, I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
That's a wrap. I'm still not very used to talking to the camera like when I'm walking and in public, but I'm trying. One thing I really loved is the performance at the Same Cosmetics stand. I actually was seeing the performers every day with different clothes, and I was like, oh, this is cool. What are they doing? Perhaps they're doing like some kind of tests and they're wearing this, but I had no clue that they were dancing and performing. One day, one of them was Marilyn Monroe, and I absolutely love Marilyn Monroe, so I thought that was so cool. And the dress was fabulous, by the way. And this marks the end of our vlog. I hope you enjoyed this 3-day vlog. I hope you had fun with me, although I couldn't cover the whole thing. I wish I did. But in the end, I think I was able to get to the conference pretty much when it started, and I was able to capture some very fun moments afterwards. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Ciao!